Alright guys, so I got the block. I started kind of blowing out all the channels. There's a bunch of stuff started coming out where all the water jackets are, or around the piston, and there's still some rust in some areas. So even though they ran it through the washer at the machine shop, they said they'll do it again. So what I'm gonna do is just scrub and clean everything really good. And then, so when they take it there, they can get all the junk out, because when I was blowing these out, dust came up and it was just getting everywhere, little particles and stuff. So yeah, so I can drop some stuff inside here. But anyway, yeah, so they'll put it through the washer again, they said. So when I get this back, it should be clean enough to paint and all the fun stuff. So, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. Is I'm prepping the engine and take it back to them so they can run it through the wash one more time. See, because there's just still like all these little rust spots, and then there's just rust inside here. It's gonna be tough to get out. So after I put in some in the coolant, put in some, what do you call it, that rust remover in the coolant things, and got all the dust out at that time from in the coolant jackets, which is here. If you look, face it right here, see these right here. I took air, blew as much all the dust out. I put things in cloths in here, covered these up, blew all that stuff out until there's no more dust coming out. Okay, and then I blew all this stuff out, blew all this stuff. So what I did is the steps that I did, because I don't want anything getting caught inside the oiling, any speck of anything, right? Because I can destroy it. So the steps that I'm kind of using, because even though after I had them go back and hot tank it again, there's still quite a bit of dust still here. So what I'm doing is I air hosed everything, the channels, all through the channels. And then on the top, what I did is, if you can see over here, into here, there is the little oiling holes, the channels. I took, what do you call it? Brake cleaner. I stuck the nozzle in there and blowed it. So I worked from the back to the front. Then I got this one, work the back to the front and make sure there's no debris falling out. Okay, so now I took the main caps off. I cleaned the main caps, stuck them inside the clean room. So these are the oiling channels, and I'm going to squirt, as she'll show you. So I used air, brake cleaner through all the areas. Then what I'll do is I'll use WD-40 on, and then what I'll do is I'll use brake cleaner on the pistons and get all the gunk off of them, coat that with WD-40. But so as you can,
so loud.
Yeah. And hopefully it'll push it out. See, show it right there. And hopefully all the fluid
Oh, God,
will
it
push it out. Okay, and that's kind of any debris that's stuck in there. I'm gonna do my best to kind of get it out.
But
Pressure cleaner.
So bad. That stuff smells bad, Dad.
As much as I can, and then I'm gonna spray the walls here. I'm losing air, pressure.
I don't want to, Dad.
And so just whatever dust and debris I can get out, I can, and hopefully it's good enough. So then after that, I'll go through the
Oh God, that does smell.
you know, I'll put an oil coating, some WD-40 around the lifters, the lifter bore, piston bore, and then I'll make sure that I go in there and I'll take this in my clean room and then get it prepped and ready for assembly. But I need a high pressure one of those. Another one. So, all right, that's how it is. I'm using air pressure. I don't know if this is the right way, but in my head, I feel like push the air all out to the front of the engine because that's where all the oiling areas and stuff is. Then use high pressured cleaner through the channels. Hopefully it pushes whatever out. And then on the bores, you know, I'm going to use the WD-40 to make sure nothing rusts. But, you know, it's kind of the process that I'm using. I don't know if it's right. It's the first time I'm doing it, so I'm going to go and get the air pressure. I'm going to clean all the walls off of any dust. I'm going to stick it in the clean room.